The best team assembled, the number one team, the highest rating team, of course, again in the radio survey. And I see Garry Lyon along the line from me here. This is a former superstar of the Melbourne Football Club. Spud Frawley, who's had a breakout year. He's at a level, but he's taken it to another level this year and happy with it too.
According to you.
And then he got the Purple-Headed Warrior Award winner on Monday night, or whenever Wednesday, or whatever the night was. So everyone here is happy, and that's how it should be.
Well, it is, and as you said, with the number one rating.
Why aren't you happy, Garry?
Well, we'll get to that in a little bit, but the number one rating team, Warrior got an award, but I don't think that had anything to do with Triple M. It was more electronic.
No,
TV. So I didn't go on Wednesday night, so how many awards did we win in the AFMA Awards?
I didn't actually go either.
Gaz, you would have been special comments.
I wasn't there either.
Purple?
How many did we win? We must have won JB.
I think there's a ban on the FM dial on those awards.
Oh, come on, don't be like that, you blokes.
Sure. Did we? What? We didn't win. Well, the number one rating show. What are we? Aren't we earnest enough?
Well, Spud, these are good questions you ask, and the only reason we're not jumping in and asking them solidly ourselves is because these are questions we've asked now for a good decade.
Well, we need to do something about it.
Never stumbled across the answer. So we've just sort of moved on, Spud.
Why don't we?
Come on, you blokes.
Why don't we maybe start up a show like the Saturday Rubs, the entertainment. It's number one. It's from 4 times the other mob from 10 to 54.
Oh, no, just 10
Why don't we just put a little show on maybe at 9:30 Sunday morning, and we'll call it Paralysis My Analysis. And we're here with the show now. Garry, the Hutton Franks golden matchup today. What was it, Garry?
I'm not going on Paralysis by Analysis.
And then you host it, Joe. Damo.
This is what I copped on the plane on the way up. It's this
Damo. Paralysis by Analysis. We've got Damien Barrett, the number one news breaker.
Pre-prepared stuff.
Damo, any news?
I think we're finding
What's the story out of that game,
we're finding out why we didn't win any awards, Spud.
What do we got, Damo? What do we got? What's the news out of that game? Got our cloak update, please.
Out of contract.
This is so Spud.
Well,
what you're saying is we need to earnest it up a bit.
No, we don't, because the Age article, and that's why Gary's got the brazen bits at the moment. Love it or hate it, they listen, and that's the people that listen to us.
That's it.
It was. I must admit, when I first looked at it and saw
in the Green Guide yesterday by Andrew Murphy.
Andrew Murphy, the hobble,
very good article
of the highest order. I was about to tear it to shreds.
What was it about?
JB.
Well, it was about JB.
No, it wasn't about JB at all. Triple M and the Footy Show.
Nothing about. Clearly, it's about JB.
And Sam got a good run. The Warrior got a terrific run. Bill, who he works with every day.
I'll tell you who missed out. Give that to me.
You've got the
I'll
puppy
tell you what
dog
happened. So he says to me and Bill, he goes, this is on the morning on the Thursday when we're shooting stuff. Now listen, I thought, oh, hello, something's happened. He said, I've done an interview with the bloke from the Green Guide, Andy.
Very nice man.
Andy Burford.
Very good journalist.
And I said to him, mate, it's not about me, it's about everyone else.
That's exactly
so
what I
he's looking Bill and I in the eye, right? And he's saying, so I've pushed you up and I pushed you, and I'm the guy.
What I did.
So then I went and read it. And straight away...
I'm not sure you were in it, Garry.
Straight away I look for my name.
Because he's a narcissist. You got to mention...
I tell you what I got to mention is co-host. That's it. And then I go, oh, well, Bill's going to... You'll get a real good run here because that man provides the light to Jim's shade.
And Gaz texts me, I thought, it's not good enough because I'm sure if Gaz
Hey, haven't finished. Not one mention of his co-host Monday to Friday.
Show wasn't about the rush hour, Garry.
Not a mention.
Nothing to do with the rush hour.
The rush hour's mentioned here.
Don't
worry about that.
I must admit, when Gaz and Bill text me, I jumped on waiter numbers. I thought, JB, skinny little fella.
Bullshit.
I'm with you, Gaz, and I'm with Bill. I went to the rush hour last night. I was ready.
You were ready to give it 5 of your best minutes?
And the Warrior actually texts something. He said, be very careful because there was a couple of lines there, Warrior.
This is what JB said about you. Danny is now a performer, Brayshaw says. It's quite extraordinary. The guy who came from Richmond so straight and self-conscious has become a juggernaut.
What?
Now,
a what?
A juggernaut.
Well,
that's a quote from JB. Pumping up Spud.
Pumping up Spud.
Just in all seriousness, where do you think you are actually at the moment, Spud? You're juggernauting?
No, look, I've got to be honest. I'm going that well at the moment. I've got to put a boy on.
I'll tell you where you are.
That's how well I'm going.
Let me tell you where you are. You are in You're in row 47C.
Yeah,
that's how well
right.
you're going,
I'm a man of the people now. I'll tell you, not only
He's
that,
put a boy on.
not only that,
What
I'm
else
going.
to say about yourself? There's more eyes than Dermot's column in here, I tell you. I found it hard. I loved everything. I needed to pull out of that position. I thought at the time we had more to do.
Yes.
You
know there are nowhere near any of those.
I'm reading those
and
word
Garry,
for word.
It says a lot about you. In fact, there's an 11 we're about to put you in if you continue down this path.
What?
Because you're looking...
what?
An 11 that we pick regularly.
What's an 11?
People who care only about themselves. And you're trying to get yourself a spot.
No, I'm not. Not as there being a more selfless performer than me. And I always put everyone else first, but nothing. Not a mention.
I'll tell you what, getting back to your question about you know how well I'm going?
Too big cricketer before you got over here with us.
The South Australian derby last night. Now, JB, I need to hand it because he actually gave me that nickname. That's greyhound. You laughed and chortled Damo at its first start.
Yep.
It's won 8 out of the last 10 now. Listen to Spud Regis how it went last night in the derby.
Bunny run, set to go. Racing up, pinned out Spud Regis. Going to settle 2 or 3 in front by the post the first time. Lethal Shot and Snicky Bale. They just copped some bumps and Gregory Overbale railed up to be 3 off this leader. Peter Rocket third and then came Dinah Denny. Next is Snicky Bale, bag at Bale. Then Lethal Shot and back at the tail is Alan Dion off the back. Front runner is Spud Regis out by a length and a half. Gregory Overbale's chasing well. 5 away, Peter Rocket on the turn. Spud Regis in front, a length on Gregory Overbale. Spud Regis pulling clear, and Spud Regis takes the derby.
I've lost it.
Got not one thing to do with him.
Thrown to a greyhound race on Triple M on prelim final night.
And if it was his own dog...
He's got a share in it.
If it was his dog who won the derby, I could possibly... almost live with it on the second biggest day of the footy calendar.
Harry.
Got nothing to do with you, Spud.
Well, where's Harry Garry? How's it going?
Well, he's in the can. I don't know what you created.
It probably is prelim final night, but you have created a monster.
It's a good dog, though, isn't it?
Look, I think it's probably the best in Australia.
Thank you, Ron Hawkswell.
I think it's the best in Australia.
How would you know what a good dog is, Ron?
Ron Hawkswell.
It is. It's probably the best greyhound in the land
Have
now.
a listen. They're doing a racing dog hour.
Is it as good as Miata?
Easily.
Believe what I'm hearing. Gary, when it comes to anything that needs to be betted on, I hand it over to you. How are you allowing this to go to air?
Spud Regis, a dog with no connection to him whatsoever. He's played the full race on the night that Collingwood take on Sydney.
One of my mates owns it. That's why
I don't care who owns it. That's the sort of stuff that we might squeeze into a Saturday GWS v. I was going to say North Melbourne. Melbourne game.
Yeah.